quinoa, my favorite. Mel Robbins. I'm actually gonna go and read this today. I'm gonna go to Earth Cafe and finish editing my last vlog, my birthday vlog, and I'm going to start this new book. How exciting! I just got this delivered to me and I'm gonna give it a go. They're amino acids, essential amino acids. You take 5 before a workout, then 5 after a workout. It doesn't break your fast. It has 29 grams substitute of whey, soy, dairy and nuts, 15 grams of meat, poultry and fish, 10 grams of eggs. That's what it contains in one serving. So I'm excited to give this a go. Gary Brecker recommended this and said this is what you should be having if you're starting your morning right. I do already take the Celtic sea salt with water and lemon in my water every morning. And now in his morning daily routine he mentions this, so I'm going to give this a go and see how it goes. I literally just got it delivered today, so I'm going to head to Earth Cafe, work on my vlog, give you an update on my website and give this a go. Okay guys, for reals, I'm not gonna lie, I've just been sort of doing vlogs just to kind of get used to editing, the lifestyle, incorporating it into my lifestyle, because obviously it does take a huge chunk of my time to do this every single week, and I love it. I do enjoy it, but I do need to understand that I'm now incorporating something that's going to be quite a big chunk of my life in my weekly routine. So now that I've kind of got the hang of it, I'm really going to make a lot of these podcasts. Sorry, I've been listening to too many podcasts today. I'm really going to be making a lot of these vlogs heavily based on my behind the scenes of me creating Cherrigirl, the website, because that is the real intention and the real reason as to why I'm even doing this, because I want people to see the progression of my journey. And to be honest, I haven't had much motivation the past few weeks because the idea of getting into it is very overwhelming because there is a lot to do. So I've kind of been avoiding it, I'm not gonna lie. So I do want to start documenting all of it and the journey and how hard sometimes it is to just, as much as I love it, which sounds so conflicting, it sounds so such a huge contrast because I do genuinely love this and it's very fulfilling for me. I find a lot of joy, and there are so many times in my life, so many reasons where I'm reminded of why I do it and why I'm so happy to continue to pursue this and to really make something of it. Sorry, I'm sick because I've been flying a lot lately, but there are some days where it does mentally drain you because it is a lot of mental work, mental fitness, and the idea of pulling up the website and knowing that I have such a long way to go, sometimes, some days I'm like, I'd rather just edit the vlog because the vlog is just, it's creative, it's fun, it's different every time. The website itself, it's such a cool thing to be like, yeah, I'm building a website because it's not the first website that I've built. It is really hard sometimes to be like, I'm going to work 3-4 hours straight just to work on my website, even though knowing afterwards I would feel so fulfilled and so proud of myself and so happy that I've progressed. Actually going into it has been a really hard thing for me to kind of wrap my head around because I don't really have an urgency. No one's really relying on me. It's sort of obviously out of my own self-motivation, and it can really make it easier for me to find excuses as to why, oh, I can do it tomorrow, I can do it another day, I can, do this instead, prioritize my vlog over this and that, because I actually have content that I need to edit, but I'm not purposely trying to avoid it. I'm not really dedicating time specifically for it like I was before, and I do want to get back into that habit because to me it is really important and it is something that I really enjoy, and every time I do it I'm like, why do I get so worked up about this when I don't just start doing it? And I don't really know. So this is going to hold me a lot more accountable. That's also why I wanted to vlog, because I wanted it to record the whole process and the journey. And I wanted people to see that success is not linear. And that's what I learned from my first business, is that the only way really for you to succeed is to not stop and to not give up. And eventually you will make it. I want to sort of be an example of that, because I do believe that I will make it and this will be very successful for me. And I have been told, because I've approached people and I've thought about this idea for a year, 2 years, and it's not, the first business plan is never the last business plan. As we know, with Amazon, with Netflix, with Tesla, with all these amazing brands, they didn't start out the way that they currently are now. Their business plan has adapted and changed with the times. And of course, my website, Cherrigirl, will change and will adapt with the times. But it's not something that I'm going to give up on. It's something that is very fulfilling for my purpose. And it's something that I really enjoy doing, is helping other women. And I have always felt that way. I've always felt like I've wanted to inspire other women to achieve their goals. And I've noticed that's a very natural thing in a lot of areas of my life, is that people will gravitate towards me because they feel motivated. They feel inspired by my stories from my previous, work experience. And I want to only share that in my life. And I want to only do what I can for others, because ultimately, that is very fulfilling, is helping others and feeling like you're actually contributing to a community. And I really want to stick at this, and I really do want to make it work. So this podcast, I don't know why I keep saying podcast, maybe because I do want to have a podcast, I don't know, but this vlog predominantly will be Cherrigirl based from moving forward, and it will be very structured and very clear as to what you're going to watch, but you will see the progress, because I'm holding myself accountable now. And I'm gonna prepare you guys. It's not gonna be pretty some weeks. I know I'm gonna cry. I know it's gonna be really hard. But as a woman doing this on her own, alone, that is such a difficult thing, because we have hormones. I travel a lot. There are so many aspects to my life where it's not so simple. And so, I live a very dynamic lifestyle. So it's gonna be very hard for me to emotionally be stable in some areas, some weeks during the month. I will record as much as I feel comfortable to record, and I will share everything, because I don't want women to feel like this is not something that they can't do because they only see the good. I want them to understand that anyone could do this. Any woman can do whatever she puts her mind to, if she just doesn't stop and she just really believes in herself. And if I'm that person to make you feel inspired or motivated to do that, please watch my vlogs. Really, I'm doing this for you guys, because I understand how hard it was the first time, and I wish I had a community of women to have this struggle with. It sounds so weird, but sometimes it doesn't feel like a struggle when you're with a community of women. It's inspiring. It's you feel you've taken away the power of it overcoming you and you failing, because there's other people going through it. It's we can all do this together. If she can do it, I can do it. It's a very humbling experience, and it's a very energizing experience to go through and journey. And I want to share it with everyone, and I want women to also feel like they can do the same, because that's ultimately what my website is about. And I think me filming and vlogging would be the perfect example and the perfect lifestyle of what my website will epitomize for women. Anyway, that's a lot of talking. I just needed to let that out. So do what you will with that information. I'm going to continue working on my website when it loads. I'm actually currently watching this podcast with Quentin Tarantino while my website loads, because it just doesn't seem to be loading on this Wi-Fi. And that's another thing. It's when I actually have the time and I'm mentally I can do this, something comes up. And I just really have to hold myself accountable for these situations. So I'm going to work on it, but I'm telling you, it's not always I want to spend 7 hours on this. It sounds like so much fun. The idea of it can be very overwhelming for me sometimes, but it doesn't mean that I don't love it. It doesn't mean that I don't enjoy it. It just means that it's like your partner. Sometimes they piss you off, but it doesn't mean you don't love them, this is my baby. And like sometimes I just don't want to deal with it. Like I just don't want to think about it. And that's very normal, and no one tells you these things, but that's so extremely normal. So I just wanted to be completely honest with you guys here. And from now onwards, now that I've got the hang of vlogging, I'm going to really prioritize putting intentions behind every video and you seeing the progress and the steps and making it very clear of how the timeline will actually pan out and how it is currently panning out in practically live time. Really haven't done much to it, but even just like, how am I gonna, I have pages here, right? Recipes, yogurt bowls. Okay, how am I gonna structure this? I have sometimes absolute like creativity blanks where I just go completely blank and don't know how I'm gonna even decorate these. Should I take my own photos? Should I get photos from the web? Like, am I gonna have to constantly be making food that I'm not gonna be consuming? Is it gonna become a food blog? Do I want it to become a food blog? There are just, you understand now my thought process. Like there are just so many things that go through my head when I even just look at one page and start to edit, start to add. Like it's at a limit where there's just, and if I don't put a criteria of what I want on each page, it's limitless, and you could literally think of so many things, and then your website would never launch. It would never go public because it's never ending. You're just constantly adding to it. So this is where I'm currently at. It is actually 9:30 p.m. and I'm in Africa. I'm in Zimbabwe, and I'm actually going on a horse riding tour tomorrow morning because I've never been here before and I love horse riding and I've never done a safari. So I was like, you know what, while I'm here, I'm going to do what I'm going to enjoy. When I'm back in Dubai though, the grind is going to happen. But I will record my time tomorrow just because I think it's still fun to record my lifestyle and what I do on my days off when I'm not focused on Cherrigirl. So anyway, night guys, I'm exhausted and I will see you tomorrow. Ciao. Good morning guys. I slept like 9 hours. I just quickly put on some very casual clothes because I'm going horse riding and to a safari today. So I don't want to ruin any of my clothes. And I will be in the sun, so I just got like a t-shirt under this. Come along, I'll film everything. I'm so excited. I haven't been horse riding in such a long time. I literally passed out. I fell asleep last night. I was watching this podcast with Alana Hadid on AB Talks about Palestine and her family history, her grandmother, how she had to leave Palestine and move and start life again in Virginia. And it's just really like telling, you know? Anyway, I am gonna head down, grab a coffee, and then get on the bus and head off. Hotel room. I've showered. I literally just sat on the bed and just had an hour to myself, just scrolling on my phone, messaging friends. This safari was kind of fun because my hair is horrible. It's so frizzy here. Because I haven't been horse riding in a while and I'm still sick, as you can tell. And it was so nice to be out in nature again. We saw some giraffes, some zebras, gazelles, wildebeest. It was really nice. So I'm going to edit that vlog. The supermarket, I really wanted to film. The guy stopped me right as I walked in. I did get some footage on my phone. That's why the quality isn't as good. I found that the prices weren't that cheap for a lot of things. Some things, of course, yes, much cheaper, but other things, not so cheap. Bread was all very fresh, so I got lots of bread rolls, some sourdough. The sourdough was $1.50 for a loaf. I got one loaf already sliced, and I got some really nice grapes. I got some chicken. I just got a rotisserie chicken for lunch because I hadn't eaten all day. So I just came home and ate that. And yeah, I'm just gonna edit this vlog, and that'll be the end of the day. Next time you see me, I'll be back in Dubai, and I'll dedicate the day to work on my website because yeah, it really needs to get done. Yeah, that's gonna be me for the next hour. Good morning, guys. I just realized that I didn't charge my camera. So I have one bar, so I'm going to be very quick filming today. I'm just literally going to Earth Cafe, where else? And I'm really going to write a list of everything that I want to complete on my website today. No excuses. I'm making sure that I'm not leaving until I get it done. So that's the plan. And I will not stop until I achieve that. I want to get some recipes done. Maybe I'll organize a list of what I want to do, and then I'm gonna do some grocery shopping just to grab some things that I need to grab, and then head home and maybe go to the sauna later. If my camera dies, I'll film on my phone, of course, but I also have to edit my vlog. I have a lot to do, so I'm gonna try and sit down and do at least 5 hours of work at Earth Cafe. So come join me.